This video shows how to program the microbit to recognize and respond to movement. There are several types of movement that are recognized by MakeCode events and a few ways to respond to movement using the output available on the microbit. For this example, I'm going to tip the microbit left, right, up, and down, and then shake it, and I'll set up the LED display for each input. The sensors that are being used here are the accelerometer and the magnetometer. If you look at the back of your microbit, they're located in the lower left corner and they're labeled accelerometer and compass. For information on magnetometers and accelerometers, check the notes for a link to an article about them. This project is for beginner coders and for people who are new to the microbit. It can be done just on the simulator within the MakeCode framework if you don't have a microbit. My name is Amy and I am the founder of Wonkits. I create resources and projects for educators teaching programming to middle and high school students. To start, I'm going to click on the microbit icon in the middle of the screen, click on New Project, and then I'm going to name my project Mover, and click Create. Go ahead and delete the existing blocks in the workspace, as we don't really need those for this program. What I do need to use for this is an action that recognizes sensor input. And for that, I'm going to go to the input category and select On Shake, which is the block that recognizes movement. I can see that there are other options here. We're just going to use the 5 that I mentioned earlier, which are tilt left, tilt right, tilt up, tilt down, and shake. For each one of the 5 movements that I mentioned, I'm going to need a different LED array display. And I'm going to go into Basic and click on Show LEDs and just design one for each instance. And I'm going to place that in the On Shake block. And then I'm going to duplicate this block 4 times. And I'll arrange these on the screen so we can see them all. Now you can see only one of these is active right now, and that's the On Shake one. And all of the rest are identical, so they are grayed out and inactive. I'm going to go ahead and take the first one, and I'm going to set this to logo up, which is to tilt upward. And then I'm going to draw an arrow pointing up in the window or in the LED display. This one will do logo down. And I'm going to do a down arrow for that. Okay, now this one will be tilt left. And we will do an arrow pointing to the left for that. And this one will be tilt right. And a right pointing arrow. And the final one is going to be shake. And for that, I'm going to draw something that I think looks like an explosion, whatever that may look like. There we go. That looks explosive to me. Okay, now let's go ahead and test this on our microbit. Now you can see on the display that it has buttons over here for left and right. And when we scroll over those little tiny buttons, the little white buttons, when we scroll over those little white buttons, we can see that it does the tilt left and tilt right. It responds correctly. Now when I push it this way, I'm actually lifting the bottom of it up. The logo's going down, so that gives me a down arrow there. And then when I go this direction, down to the bottom of the microbit, it's as if the logo is coming up, and so the arrow points up. And then when I click on Shake, it shows me the image that I drew. Okay, now let's go ahead and test this on our microbit. So I'm going to download my code, click Next, and then click Download as a file. Make sure I've got the microbit selected. and click Save. And then you can see the microbit is blinking. And as soon as the microbit's done blinking, we'll go ahead and test it. We're going to tilt left, tilt right. Got to tilt that pretty far to get that one. I'm going to push down on the microbit. We should get an up arrow. I'm going to tilt the logo downward, which should give us a down arrow. And you can see that. And then I'm going to shake it. That's it for this video. I appreciate your watching my videos. And if you find this one useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching.